right now, it is my pleasure to introduce BOINX software, and I have my friend here, Oliver, who came all the way from Germany, and we're pretty good friends. I've known Oliver for probably, I don't know, 7 years at this point.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I always enjoy Oliver. He's one of the brighter guys that I run across every now and then.
Thank you.
Yep. He's highly creative, highly intelligent. And Oliver, you keep coming up with the most incredible products at the best price point imaginable, and this year is no exception. You really outdid yourself this year.
Yes,
really.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us what's new.
We have a new version of our live video production system for the Mac called mimoLive, multi-in, multi-out live video engine. So we take a bunch of inputs, cameras, what have you, anything that has video or media, audio, something. Then we mix it together, switch camera angles, picture-in-picture, multiple ops, graphics, everything. Green screen, filters, crazy stuff. And then we play it out through NDI, SDI, live stream it to YouTube, Facebook, what have you, Twitter, Twitch, everything that can take RTMP input. We can write it to disk, so you have a local recording. So it's not only for people who want to do live streams, but also if you want to produce video really fast, or if it doesn't matter, if you don't have to do a lot of editing. Basically, if you record a presentation or something, people want to see the live show. They don't want to see your edit.
Right.
So it's easy to produce a lot of content.
So this is good for a live podcast, essentially.
Yes, essentially, yes, yeah.
Now,
I wonder if I know someone who has
geez, I don't know. Now, is this hardware and software, just software?
It's just software, runs on a Mac.
Okay, so there it gives us our inputs. Now, what kind of Mac are we looking at? What about a MacBook
at
Pro?
At our booth, we have like a Mac Mini running mimoLive, and you can do that with sort of one video source, maybe two video sources, and then overlaying some lower thirds and graphics and streaming it out to YouTube. So it's fairly low end Mac that you need to get started.
What about a MacBook Pro?
MacBook Pro is great. We do MacBook Pro 15-inch. We use that for recording events. 3 cameras, feed from the presenter Mac.
Now you're going to need some inputs. You're going to need some attachments to the Mac if you want 2 or 3 or 4 cameras.
Well, it used to be that way, but now we support NDI and Network Device Interface by NewTek.
So
and
the NDI opened up a whole new world for everybody.
It's great because the cameras you have here from PTC Optics, they support NDI, so you can have 3 cameras on your local network and bring those into.
Right.
You don't need any additional hardware.
For the audience's benefit, because a lot of people don't know why NDI works, but you don't necessarily have to have a physical input now. These are all put on the network.
It runs all over Ethernet, right? So it's basically a replacement for HDMI and SDI
and it works
over network.
flawlessly. In fact, we're running NDI right now, and it gives you the ability to pretty much put anything you want on the network, and boom, it's a source.
Yeah. So we are at the NDI Central in the South Hall, showing off mimoLive actually because we are first-class citizen on the NDI network. So we can play out through NDI, so you can use it as a graphics generator for your TriCaster, or you can use it as a complete production system from end to end.
That's awesome.
Take in cameras, mix them, and
what's
stream
the price
to
point on the
Facebook.
software?
So we got the commercial use point, which is sort of like the center, is $700 a year, $700 US a year. But you can also do it month by month, and for example, only purchase the months you need.
Right.
We have for YouTubers or podcasters that do it like a hobby. We have $199 a year, and that's also for schools, K through 12.
That's great.
So the kids can do news shows
that's
in
wonderful.
School. And we have a broadcast license on the other end with a little bit more support for the guys CNN and those guys.
Like us.
Yeah, like you guys, with a huge audience and big reach, and that's $1,700 a year.
Okay, that's
So,
great.
Yeah,
That's
you,
really
you
something.
just sold yourself on a bigger license.
That's okay. That's okay. Makes you happy. That's all that matters. That's great. That's great. So, what else can you tell us? What other product? You always have some amazing things that you're always working on. What else is coming out?
So the other thing we show at the NDI booth is actually we've got this iPad app called Photo Presenter. And the idea is, imagine you are a biologist at an aquarium.
I couldn't imagine me being a biologist. But go ahead.
And you're giving a presentation to your audience, and the fish don't follow your PowerPoint script, right? So the shark may swim up to the glass anytime. So you go into your photo library on your iPad and you look up the image of the shark you want to present, and you tap on it and it will show up on the screen. So it's a non-linear presentation tool. You can jump back and forth. For example, if you do a presentation of a business idea like plans for architects or something, and you want to discuss it with your clients and you want to jump back and forth, it's no use to have those images in PowerPoint or in Keynote because it's not easy to
Right.
jump around. So we made this app, a Photo Presenter, to facilitate these kinds of show and tell presentations. And now we've added NDI as an output, so you can use that in your broadcast. Sit at your table over the Wi-Fi.
So you can incorporate that right into the
you can magnify the image, and then you can use a highlighter, like a spotlight kind of effect, or mouse pointer or something to point something out in your presentation. And NDI, I think it's the greatest thing.
It's magic sauce.
It's like the greatest thing since grated cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Since beer in Germany.
Yeah, beer. So no, that's not that great.
What's the price point on that?
The Photo Presenter app is actually free.
That's a good price, right?
Yeah, so you can try the NDI, and it has a watermark, and if you want to remove the watermark, it's $99 a year, which is a steep price for an iPad app, but I think it's still very cheap for those people who use it every day.
The functionality is definitely there.
Yes. And if you're doing, if you're using it all the time in a broadcast or something, then then it's cheap.
Right. Absolutely. Amazing. How do you come out with these ideas? Every year you come out with something that's over the top.
Next year we will have more ideas.
Really?
Yes.
You're already working on stuff for next year?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you working on? Come on, you can tell me. No one's watching the show. You can just tell me.
One of the things we are working on, where we got feedback at this show that this would be a big thing, is right now we can do in mimoLive, we can do Facebook comments and YouTube comments. So when you stream to Facebook or YouTube, you get the comments on the screen on the stream in a window, and you can pull them in one by one in the broadcast, right?
That's nice.
And this only works right now when we initiate the stream to Facebook.
Right.
So if you stream through mimoLive to Facebook and YouTube, and we want to abstract this out and make it make a comment source, and you can get the comments from Twitter, you can comment from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and then you can pull them into your broadcast and work through them. They show up in a list, and you can interact with your audience. Another cool thing we do is with the PTC Optics cameras, we can define keywords that if they show up in your Twitter feed, then the camera moves to a preset position. So imagine, for example, an audio, a car dealership, right? They put a camera into their showroom, and then they pointed to the BMW X3 and to the X5 and to the X7, and then people can go on Facebook, see the live stream, and then comment, show me the X7, and the camera will move to the X7.
That is cool.
Yeah. I mean, with those live streams, it's always the important thing is to get viewer interaction. Get people to comment on your live stream, because that improves your rating.
Absolutely.
And this is a sneaky way to do that. Totally cool.
Well, it's not about sneaky way. It's a clever way of doing it.
Yes.
It's a clever way of doing it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Now, every year I drive him nuts because I ask him the same question. He forgets what I'm going to ask him. So, listen, What about the PC family? What about the PC world?
Screw them. No, I think there's great solutions for the PC world out there, and I think we can add specific value utilizing all macOS had to offer. So the Mac and the macOS is a rich environment with a lot of functionality, and Apple keeps adding cool stuff to it. And so it's easier for us to leverage that than to try to reinvent everything so we can go cross-platform.
I'm always fascinated that you just you never come out with a PC product, which is okay. The products that you have are great, and they're definitely well priced. I'm just curious why you don't come up with PC. It annoys the hell out of them when I ask them that, but I ask you anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a case where we are specialists.
That's good.
In this area, we're really good. We won several Apple Design Awards, which is the recognition by Apple for all the products that are the greatest products on the platform.
Hey, that's incentive enough right there.
So we are specialists. We are very good at this. And I think it just makes more sense to keep being focused on that.
Now, what's your favorite Mac product?
Right now, the iMac Pro. It's an incredible, powerful machine. We've got one at the booth, and it's gorgeous, and and it has the power you need to do all the live streaming. So the other day I did a test live stream. I had 8 H.264 live streams going out to different to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch,
right.
At the same time, and the machine wasn't doing so bad,
Right.
It began stalling a little when I had added 2 more H.264 things to write to the disk.
There is a diminishing, value of returns there.
So 4 of those H.264 streams were hardware encoded by the hardware. And I tried the same thing on my MacBook Pro, and it did even 5 hardware streams. So
did it really?
Yeah. So
really,
yeah,
that's great.
So yeah, it's an incredible hardware machine. I'm just a little disappointed that Apple bumped the Mac Pro, the new Mac Pro, to next year, because I was hoping that this year we would have a machine where we could actually plug in a Blackmagic card and then have direct 8 inputs.
Yeah.
But we can do that with the breakout box. So we can get a Sonatec breakout box, put in a Blackmagic quad card, and then have 8 HD SDI inputs on a laptop.
Great.
And I mean, what else do you want? I mean, it's like
what else do you need? Great.
Yeah. And now with NDI, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, everything's open. Well, Oliver, I want to thank you so much for coming on the Gadget Professor Show again.
Thank you for having me again.
I'm delighted to have you, and I'm going to invite you back on the Gadget Professor Show. After we get done with NAB, I'm going to ask you to come on the show, and we're going to spend a whole 45 minutes to an hour just on your products.
We already talked about. We use mimoCall and mimoLive to call me in, and it's going to be
we're going to do that. That should be fun, and we'll get a lot of viewership with that. All right, Oliver, thank you.
Thank you for
having me. When are you going back to Germany?
Next week, actually, after the show, we head out to Antelope Canyon, which you probably know from those gorgeous color images that.
Yeah. Great.
That's on your iPhone, so.
Wonderful. Yeah. All right. It's great seeing you, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
All right.
Please, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. This is Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. We'll be right back.